What is going on YouTube? It's Sankey and we're back with another one. So if you're new to investing and you don't already have a trading 2-on-2 account, you can download it using my link down below. When you open up your account, get a free share of stock. You can join us on these 5 plays and we can get kickstarted your investment journey. Alright, so as we close out this weekend and head into a fresh brand new week in the stock market, I've got a couple of plays for us to consider jumping into. Now before I get to that, I want to say we're fast approaching the UK tax deadline. That's the 31st of January. Now I know you guys like it. Whenever I do my tax videos, they're very well received by you. So what I've done today is I've set up a dedicated tax channel over at the Discord, which is in the Patreon, that's going to answer all your questions. Because guys, that is just an additional resource for you as I support your journey in the stock market this year. So this new dedicated tax channel over at the Discord isn't just for the UK, it's going to cover global taxes, including the US. Now before I kick things off, there's a lot of new people locked into the channel and I want to hear from you guys, so do light up my comment section for me. And let's jump into the first play. First up we have ZNGA, that's ticker symbol ZNGA. This is an online gaming company with popular titles including Zynga Poker, Farmville and Toy Blast. Guys, Zynga has been played by over 1 billion people in 150 countries. So this play is doing big things. Now we know that one of our mega trends is online gaming companies. This is an explosive growth sector and we want to make sure that our portfolios have these plays well built in, just like skills. And you guys know we're waiting for skills to hit our strike price before we pounce and pick that one up. Now you guys know we like to think ahead over here. That's how we make great returns in the plays that we jump into. So I'm going to put on your radar, this company made 1.3 billion in revenue in 2019. They're expected to make 2 billion for 2020. Their earnings announcement comes out on the 10th of February. That gives us enough time to load up on this play, get our position ready before they hit that $12 mark. Now, one of the questions I received over at the Patreon this morning was, how do I know what is a good market cap to sales ratio for a play? Now, if you're new to this, I always tell the channel, you should be looking at how expensive or cheap a stock is before you jump into it. And one way you can do that is by looking at the market cap to sales ratio. Now, if you're jumping onto any stock flicks plays, we don't do any guesswork over here. We pay very close attention to the fundamentals. That's how we know to jump into the great plays. And we can also use that to time a great exit as well. So there's not just one number you're looking out for if you're going to use that market cap to sales ratio, because it can vary wildly between industries. What you have to do is you have to look at that play's market cap to sales ratio compared to its competitors. So I'm going to give you guys an example. Some of our favorite EV plays, a Tesla and a NIO, typically they might be 25 to 30 times market cap to sales, whereas Zynga in this case, they have a market cap to sales of 5.5 times. Now if we look at their competitors, a Take-Two, they have a market cap to sales of 7 times. An Activision, that is 10 times. So what that indicates to me is that Zynga is looking like a cheap stock, especially if they're going to have explosive revenue growth for 2020 expected and for 2021 forecast. So a check on Zynga's profitability tells me that in Q3 their operating cash flow increased 65% year on year. You guys know I like those plays where their revenue is growing but also that business is becoming more profitable. You're onto a winning play if you get that combination of the two. Now there's a couple of reasons why I believe Zynga can sustain that high growth rate this year and beyond. The first is the rollout of 5G. Now we know that's going to increase mobile phone speeds and that is going to appeal to gamers, and as a result they should get more market share, more gamers on board. And you guys already know we've got our 5G plays already in our portfolio, like a Qualcomm doing good things. Also this business is acquisitive. They've spent almost 2 billion on acquisitions over the last 4 years. You guys know I like our plays to go out and acquire new businesses. That's how they're going to get that rapid growth, and we can expect more acquisitions from Zynga this year. So if we look at that 1 month chart, you can see that Zynga is breaking out of its consolidation pattern that started mid-December. Now this is good stock price momentum in the run up to its earnings on the 10th of February, and it could be good for us if we position ourselves in this play next week. Alright, so let's talk strike prices on this one. If you can catch them under $10.50 next week, do consider loading up and joining us on this play. Like I said, I do think they're going to come up with some strong numbers in their next quarterly report on the 10th of February, and I do think that's going to send that stock price up to $12. Now, I had a subscriber ask me, can you use your apps to automatically buy these plays when they hit the strike price? And you can. Let me show you how. So you click buy, go to limit, number of shares, however many you want to purchase. In this case, we're going to say 50. Price, our strike price, which is $10.50. Expiration, good till cancelled. Click review order, send buy order. I always say use the investing tools that are available for you to automate the process of buying into these stocks as well as selling out of them. Now let's jump into the next play. Up next is Pinterest, that's ticker symbol PINS. Now this is a high growth social media play. One of the good things about them is they have a very supportive and positive user base, which is one of their USPs versus other social platforms. Now you guys should always be looking out for what are the USPs and the plays that you're going to be jumping into. Now we like this play because they've been in consolidation mode for a number of weeks now off everybody's radar. Now when this company comes out and sets a date for their next earnings announcement, you are going to see an increase in that stock price. When they come out and deliver some good results, again, you're going to see a further increase in that stock price. So the time to position ourselves in Pinterest is now. Now, I do see a lot of upside for this stock as we go through this year. We have to remind ourselves this is a less than $50 billion market cap company. There's a lot of room to grow that through increasing their number of advertising partners. In addition to that, international expansion as well is on their radar, and also they can build out their e-commerce platform within the app. With Q3 revenue up 58%, it just shows you how fast this business is growing. And management have come out and expect over 60% growth in their next quarter. So it's time for us to take full advantage of a high growth play. My strike price on Pinterest is $72. Catch them under $72 next week. We're loading up on this one. Next up, we have Open. Now this is a disruptive real estate company. What they do is they make it very easy for you to sell your home through their platform. Now, instead of waiting weeks negotiating the sales process and going through all the hassle of paperwork, Open Door make it easy to sell your home in a matter of days. So again, this is a very disruptive business and they have big potential. They have a lot of questions to answer around profitability. Now guys, we like this play for 3 reasons. The first is they're looking cheap compared to their competitors. Zillow has a price to sales on forward numbers of 7 times versus Open Door, which is a price to sales of 4 times. The second is that they hold a very small market share of 2% in the 21 cities that they operate in, and they're looking to expand into 100 more cities. The third reason is this could be a good potential rebound play. So for the first 3 quarters of 2019, they sold about 15,000 homes versus 2020, where they sold just 10,000. So if they can come out and deliver us news that they're on track to beat 2019's numbers, you can see some good positive upwards momentum in that stock price. So now let's talk strike prices. If you can catch Open under $27 next week, do consider joining us on this play. Like I said, they've got a couple of questions to answer around profitability, but if they can overcome that, I do think they've got good potential to generate you some good returns in your portfolios. Alright guys, so I want to put on your radar that next week is a big week for earnings for companies like Apple, Facebook and Tesla. Now I want to touch on Tesla. We know that right now Tesla looks like it's consolidating around 850, and we know that there's a potential for that share price to pop over $1,000, and we want to be positioned for that increase. Now the earnings report, if they're strong and solid, if they show that the company is delivering good profitability, and if management come out and tell us something about expected plans for the business or give us some good guidance on revenue numbers, then I do think you're going to see further stabilization with that Tesla stock price, and I'm going to move my strike price from $750 up to $850. Alright guys, if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time of the day it is. Now this question comes from a patron. Chad says, I want to set up another investing pie to buy a house in 3 years. If it was me, what stocks would you advise to put inside? Now this is a great question that I thought I'd come and share with you guys, because as I've always said, if you follow the blueprint, you are going to hit success in the stock market, and you guys can use the stock market to do great things for yourselves, such as buying your first house. This is an amazing thing guys. All you got to do is invest in the right plays, have some consistency and be patient with it, and you're going to hit success. I want you guys on that journey of success to keep me updated. So as I always say, you want your portfolios well positioned in the mega trends, because that's where the opportunity is and that's where you're going to make the money in the stock market. So the first, we're going to kick it off with the EV sector. First up, we have NIO. Now this one needs no introduction for the channel. You guys know the strategy and the formula with this one. Next up, we have Tesla, another giant in the EV sector, which is going to deliver some fantastic results over the next couple of years. So now we're going to move over to the clean energy space. You guys know I like my Bloom Energy. There's a lot more room this year for that company to run up. We've got ITM Power. This is a UK play, doing very well, winning some big partnerships at the moment. And also Plug Power, needs no introduction. Again, winning some fantastic partnerships. And I can see that one going higher as we go through this year and beyond. Next up, we got a streaming play, that's Roku. This is an amazing play that I put the channel on weeks back, and we made some good money on this one. Again, I do see that running up this year, so you want them in your portfolio as well. And last up, we're going to touch on some diversified plays. The patrons know about this one. This is Tencent. This one grows consistently. Also, we got C Limited. This is a play that I put the channel on months back, so I hope some of you jumped onto this play because they're doing good things now. So as I always say, the strategy is to invest consistently, build your positions in these high growth plays, and then the returns are going to be compounded because you've got more money within your portfolios. That's how we're going to get you guys to getting your deposit in your first houses. Alright guys, so thanks for tuning in. Do hit that like button for me, it really helps the channel out. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the family. Also check out the link down below to the Patreon, where I spend a large portion of the day on the Discord talking to the community and answering questions. As I always say, check into the channel each and every day. Stock market is rapidly moving, you never want to miss a beat. So catch you guys in the next one.